Till now, I've been using one term repeatedly, and I said I'm going to explain this. It's government intervention. Government intervention is any action that is carried out by the government or any public entity as such, with an autonomous authority, that affects the market economy with the direct objective of having an impact in the economy beyond just the mere regulation of contracts and provision for public goods. Okay, now, government intervention, if we explain it further, advocates and defends the use of different economic policies in order to compensate the flaws of the economic system that give way to large economic imbalances. It is a very important point to note. Now, they believe, this government policies and all, they believe the law of demand and supply is not sufficient in order to in order to ensure economic equilibriums, and government intervention should be used to assure a very correct functioning of the economy. Examples of these economic doctrines include Keynesianism and its branches such as neo-Keynesian economics, which also rely heavily in fiscal and monetary policies, which we've explained previously, and also on monetarism, which have more confidence in monetary policies, as they believe fiscal policies will have a negative effect in the long run. Okay. On the other hand, there are other economic schools that believe that governments should not have an active role in the economy, and therefore they should limit its intervention, as they believe it will have a negative impact on the economy as a whole. They believe that the economy should be left to run in a laissez-faire way, okay, and it will find its optimal equilibrium on its own. Now, advocates of none or limited intervention include liberalism, a lot of liberalization and liberalism. The Austrian school and the neoclassical macroeconomics group, or followers of these thoughts, believe in this system of limited intervention or non-intervention, and a lot of liberalism. Now, as in most imperfect competition markets, and especially in monopolistic ones, okay, a firm may practice an abusive behavior which will translate into a loss of welfare. Welfare is one thing that economics believes in. Okay, in such cases, government intervention will be praised both by consumers and those firms that seek for lower prices and a profitable share of the market and a more healthy competition. Regulations such as price setting or taxation or subsidies may be used by governments out here in order to restore and maximize the initial efficiency of natural monopolies, rather than the abusive tendency of such monopolies. Nevertheless, the government must be cautious when setting and applying regulations, as an incorrect comprehension of the market structure may bring a much higher cost to social welfare instead of more of the maximal or expected benefits. Now, in order to achieve an optimal regulation level, or the optimal regulation level, governments should analyze and determine if natural monopolies can be sustained whenever they ensure a lower total cost. Now, if this is the case, the government will have to guarantee that the firm does not make excessive revenues or any kind of super normal profits. Okay, and that fair prices are maintained. Then, yes, we can have less or much lesser, government intervention out there in these cases. If, on the contrary, the total costs of the industry would diminish if new firms entered the market, then the government should regulate their entrance in such cases. Essentially, what government should do is they should be able to correctly balance the conflict between the industry's efficiency and its profitability. Because one thing that economics believes in is a parity, be it income parity, be it living standards parity, be it social parity. So it's not that monopolistic trends or natural monopolies should not exist. In some cases, they may or should, provided the government can definitely guarantee that the firm does not earn excess revenues or supernormal profits. It is not abusive in its control over the market. And definitely, this kind of a monopolistic uh, or this kind of a natural monopoly should always maintain fair prices, right? So that's it about this thing about government intervention.